Making an AI character look real is the easy part now. The hard part is making them the same person tomorrow. Throw a lazy prompt at Google Flow a few times and you get a different face every time. That's why most AI characters fall apart by the second video, and a brand face that keeps changing reads as fake. A brand face like this used to cost a model, a shoot, and usage rights, rebooked every time you needed something new. I stopped paying for all of it. Now I can generate the same person across 3 different campaigns. A demo, a testimonial, and even an ad, using the same face, same voice, every time. They don't really exist. No shoot happened and no model was booked. I built them in about 2 hours for the price of a coffee. It comes down to a single step and almost nobody shows you what it is. That's what I'll walk you through in this video. Let's build them. Before Flow can lock anyone, it has to know exactly who they are. Most people skip this step. They type attractive person 25 straight into Flow and hope. Then they wonder why they drift. You feed it a real reference instead. I made mine using ChatGPT with GPT Image 2. I tested Nano Banana 2. For a clean reference sheet, Image 2 held the detail better. A reference prompt that actually holds comes down to 3 things. First, describe them with real specifics. Dark skin, warm deep brown tone, petite, natural short curls, minimal makeup. Vague words like pretty give the model nothing to work with. Concrete details do the locking. Second, 3 angles in one image. Front, 3/4, profile. That geometry is what keeps their face consistent when they turn their head later. Third, keep it neutral. Plain background, even lighting, calm expression, a simple top. No drama, no bold lip color yet. Whatever you bake into the reference, you inherit in every scene after it, on to the feature itself. In Flow, it lives under characters. You create the character, put them in different scenes, and see if they hold up. That's exactly what we're about to do. I open a new character, upload the reference sheet I just made, and name them. Simone Allison. That's the real shift. From here, they stop being a description you retype every time. They become an asset the software remembers. Every scene calls them by name. You type Simone Allison and they show up. One note that saves you a headache. Give them a specific name. Something too generic can accidentally pull a real famous person into the model. A distinct and specific name will solve the problem. The important element everyone forgets is the voice. Your customer recognizes a voice as fast as a face. A spokesperson whose voice shifts between ads reads just as fake as one whose face does. So we gave them one. Flow hands you a set of voices and you audition them right here. Type a line into the sample box. I used hello, then listen. Don't rush this part. You're listening for 3 things: pace, warmth, and whether they sound like someone who'd actually use your product. Too polished and it reads like a 90s commercial. Too casual and the premium feel collapses. Your brand's voice sits somewhere in the middle. I picked this one, AOE'd, then told it to warm the tone up. Calm, warm, sure of themselves. Add to character. One honest catch before you go further. You can't upload your own voice or a voice actor's to clone it. You build from Flow's own set. And once you save a custom voice, editing is off the table. You rebuild it from scratch. Get it right the first time. Last piece before they come alive. The character info box. This one covers their personality. The reference already handles how they look, though it's worth saying out loud. The final character won't match your reference exactly. Flow builds its own locked version from the image you uploaded, so small things like the hair can sit a little differently. That's normal. The reference image is the guide you feed in, and this is the character you actually cast. Here you tell Flow who they are. I told Flo they're the face of Nazo, a warm-tinted lip balm brand. Approachable, genuine, like a trusted friend recommending something they actually use. Never influencer hype. That box earns its place because Flo's agent reads it before it builds any scene. You describe their personality once. It carries that into every prompt after. Face locked, voice locked, personality locked. Now for my favorite moment in the whole workflow. We generate 5 seconds of them saying hello. That's the moment they stop being settings on a screen and become the face of the brand.
Hi, I'm Simone. Welcome to Nazo.
That entire build, reference to first words, took about 2 hours from zero. You never build them again. One catch though, a hire you haven't tested is a hire you can't trust yet. You don't hand a new hire the big campaign on day one. So before Simone earns anything, we try to break them through 3 torture tests, 1 variable each. Test 1, a hard profile angle. Test 2, completely different lighting, dim and moody, evening. Test 3, a full outfit change. Every one of these prompts uses the same trick line. Same face, same skin, same hair, only the lighting changes. If you isolate one variable, that tells Flo to hold them. It also tells you, honestly, whether they held. I'll be straight with you. The first slip showed up right here. In the moody evening light, their hair came back a touch fuller than the reference. Small, but real. And this is the rule nobody tells you. When they drift, don't patch the shot. Regenerate it. If they keep drifting, check your reference images before you blame Flo. Clean reference, clean lock. Overall, they held. Now they earn. Now to put them to work, 3 real use cases. The exact 3 from the cold open. Nazo has 4 shades, so each clip gets its own. Use case 1, the product demo. Bright kitchen, morning light, product in hand. One thing matters here. Don't just name the tube in the prompt, explain the specifics, or if you have a reference image, just upload that. Name it and show it, or Flo invents its own tube. They hold up the rosé shade and deliver their line.
Nazo, for my everyday use.
Same voice from the cold open. Same face. Nobody filmed this. Use case 2, the testimonial. Different room, different outfit. This is the mid-funnel clip, the one that sits on a product page and quietly converts. It doubles as the real outfit change test too. The caramel sweater is brand new. Their faces still have to be the same person.
I kept reaching for this one, for the moisturization.
The same person walks out the other side. Use case 3, the ad. Their first real campaign. 10 seconds, cinematic, the blackberry shade. They apply it, look at the camera and land the line.
Nazo uses ceramides and hyaluronic acid for deep, lasting moisture.
1 hire, 3 deliverables. No shoot, no invoice, no scheduling. Before you build a campaign on them, 2 rules that aren't optional. 1, they must be an original character. Never a real person's face you don't have rights to, not a celebrity, not a stranger, not someone from your camera roll. 2, disclose their AI wherever your platform asks. Trust is the entire point of this asset. Now for the math, honestly, because free always has a hidden cost. Flo runs on Google's AI subscription. The free tier's 50 daily credits only cover the basic video models, not the Omni Flash model that powers consistent characters. For that, you need a paid plan. Google AI Pro is the sweet spot, $19.999 a month for 1,000. I'm on Pro and watch how little this uses. Each clip ran 15 credits, 60 for the full set of 4. Out of 1,000, that's about 6% of 1 month. You could build this whole spokesperson 16 times over before the meter empties. One honest catch. That covers the clips that landed. Rerolls spend credits too. Failed generations can still charge you, and credits don't roll over. So the real number climbs a little depending on your takes. Set it against the alternative. A real model, a real shoot. Usage rights rebooked every time you want something new runs hundreds to thousands. And the honest limits, because you should know them before you build on your character. Clips cap around 8 to 10 seconds. You can extend, but the quality drops, so longer videos mean stitching several together in the editor. The output still drifts and still needs your eyes on every shot. Brand details, the tube, the shade name, they don't always stay exact. Prompt adherence gets shaky in an abstract direction. Concrete, literal prompts hold well. Vague creative instructions wander. Write like you're describing a photograph, not a feeling. Don't assume any AI clip is automatically cleared for paid ads. Check Flow's terms and your own rights before you publish. And one for anyone who'd rather be the face themselves. Flow has an avatar mode that uses your real likeness. It's region-locked, private to your account, and it can't be shared through Flow's tools. For a brand, a fictional character like Simone works out cleaner anyway. So that's the whole system. One character built in about 2 hours, cast across a demo, a testimonial, and an ad, and the same person in every single one. No shoot, no model, no invoice. Just a face your brand owns outright. If you want the exact character sheet and every prompt from this build, comment the word face, and I'll send it straight over. And Simone's only getting started. Next video, they go full-time, a whole week of content for the brand, planned and produced start to finish. That one's linked right here. Build yours first, then come see what a full week of it looks like. I'll see you there.